Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Mindfulness Meditation. I'm Kim Fuller. Today we're going to talk about working with fear a little bit and just how to work with it in a way that it doesn't feel so overwhelming, because as we know, our fears are often projections of what we're thinking might happen in the future, and oftentimes it's something that we are replaying in our past. So something that was very challenging that might have happened in our past that we continue to revisit in a way that's unhealthy or harmful, if you will. And so this is a way to maybe be able to look at those things and transform them by this practice of holding fear in the present moment and working with it from there. So I'm just going to read you a little bit from Thich Nhat Hanh's book called Fear, Essential Wisdom for Getting Through the Storm. I know this is always backwards, but anyway. Excuse me. So contemplating the future without fear. I mean, gosh, if we're not there right now, where are we? I think a lot of us are thinking about that right now. We likewise, we can prepare for the future without getting consumed by our plans. Often we either don't plan at all, or we get caught up in obsessive planning because we fear the future and its uncertainty. The present moment is where we need to operate. When you are truly anchored in the present moment, you can plan for the future in a much better way. Living mindfully in the present does not preclude making plans. It only means that you know there's no losing yourself in worries and fear concerning the future. If you're grounded in the present moment, you can bring the future into the present to have a deep look without losing yourself in anxiety and uncertainty. If you are truly present and know how to take care of the present moment as best you can, you're doing your best for the future already. The same is true about the past. The teaching and the practice of mindfulness do not forbid looking deeply into the past. But if we allow ourselves to drown in regret and sorrow concerning the past, that's not right mindfulness. If we're well established in the present moment, we can bring the past back to the present moment and have a deep look. You can very well examine the past and the future while you are established in the present moment. In fact, you can learn from the past and plan for the future in this way if you are grounded in the present moment. If you have a friend who suffers, you may have to help him. My dear friend, you are on safe ground. Everything is okay now. Why do you continue to suffer? Don't go back to the past. It's only a ghost. It's unreal. And whenever we recognize that these are only movies and pictures, not reality, we are free. That is the practice of mindfulness. So Thich Nhat Hanh offers this practice of breathing in the present moment. He says, breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. And with a little concentration, he's just saying we can ground in something like that in the present moment, where we simply have this mantra of knowing you are breathing in, knowing you are breathing out, whether you say it internally or externally, or just be aware that you're doing it without the mantra attached. We can ground in that present moment and then be able to examine our past or future planning with less attachment. So if there is a memory that continues to resurface of the past, like it could be something as simple as an argument you had with your husband and you keep revisiting it, and every time you do, it hurts you again. Something that was said or exchanged. And instead, we ground in this present moment, which gives us this place of I'm okay now, I'm okay and I'm safe, and I can hold this with compassion as I look at something. So maybe it doesn't re-harm us. It just is simply something we can witness and watch as we step away from it a little bit. Because we are away from it. It's not happening right now. So we're going to begin with this practice of just simply grounding in the present, and then I'll guide you to maybe how to look at that past or future without so much of an attachment. So, all right, so just finding that comfortable seat. Just allowing that breath to come in and go out. Knowing that the breath is always a place to return to, a place to move energy if we breathe deeply and exhale deeply. It can be our anchor, a place to return to if our mind wanders off in story or thought. It can be a signal to something happening if our breath is unsteady or not smooth. If one nostril is more clogged than the other, we can do our opposite nostril breathing and help clear that up. So as we ground in our seats this morning, feeling the support of Mother Earth below us, we know in this moment there's nothing to fear, nothing to regret. Nothing to be ashamed of. You are simply here in this moment being held by your own awareness. Just inviting in some relaxation as we soften the leg muscles to help us settle into the earth. Inviting in a lift through the back of the spine and out the top of the head. Softening around the forehead. Relaxing the jaw. Dropping the shoulders and just inviting in some relaxation down the arms and into the hands. Just inviting the body to settle and find stillness. I breathe in, and I know I am breathing in. I breathe out, and I know I am breathing out. I invite you to bring your attention to your breath as a witness to the present moment activity that's happening at the nostrils, down into the throat and the neck, and into the body. I breathe in, and I know I'm breathing in. I breathe out, and I know I am breathing out. Because I watch, I feel it, I sense it, I notice. I know I am breathing in. I know I am breathing out, if you'd like a shorter version. Just notice if the mind wants to take you somewhere else. doesn't like focusing on the breath. It finds it challenging. Simply notice. No judgment, but just awareness, and practice bringing yourself back to, I breathe in and I know I'm breathing in. I breathe out and I know I'm breathing out. Or simply watching the inhale and the exhale. Perhaps with the inhale, you invite in stillness. And with the exhale, you settle into that stillness. I breathe in. I breathe out. As you keep your attention here as best as you can in this moment, this present moment, awareness of the breath. At the same time, if it's possible for you, to imagine a white screen in front of you as if you're sitting in a small movie theater waiting for the film to start. As you breathe in and you breathe out. And you observe the size of the screen, the clarity. Notice yourself sitting in the seat, but continuing to use the breath as your anchor so that you stay in this present moment of the inhale and the exhale, knowing you are safe and grounded in this moment. And let arise a memory or a concern for the future. And notice right away what triggers in the body when you do this. But also remembering right here, right now, you are safe. You are only watching this memory on the screen or this projection into the future. It is not really inside you or harming you in any way. It is simply something you are watching, as if it were a movie. And continuing to breathe into it and exhaling towards it. Just simply holding it in your inhale and your exhale, observing with kind attention. Can you hold it without letting your thoughts take you away into worry or regret or sadness of the past? And if you feel that you begin to get overwhelmed, just continue to come back to the body and the inhale and the exhale. Maybe sitting further back from the screen so that it does not harm you. But you simply can watch and hold it. I am breathing in, and I know I am breathing in. I breathe out, and I know I am breathing out. If this is not real, if this past regret, sadness, shame, anger, pain is not here right now, is not real right now, where is it? What is it? If the future is not here yet, what is it that causes our suffering? Hold that with compassion as you breathe in and breathe out, potentially transforming that suffering. I breathe in, and I know I am breathing in. I breathe out, knowing I am breathing out. When we notice the story, the attachment, the pain arising, we hold it in compassion and awareness and simply come back to the present moment where everything is okay, where everything is possible to examine in this safe environment that you are in this moment. I invite you to take a big, deep inhale and exhale together in a moment as we visually blow away that movie screen and just allow it to dissipate. As we breathe in and blow it out. We come back to our bodies in the here and the now. I breathe in, and I know I am breathing in. I breathe out, and I know I am breathing out. Perhaps you noticed in that one breath you were able to release the past, release the future, and arrive here and now in one moment. There is no suffering. There's simply awareness. Notice where the thoughts are as you breathe in and know you are breathing in. Breathing out, knowing you are breathing out. Noticing as the body inhales and fills up, exhales and contracts and settles back into its base. The sensations in the legs and the torso. And the shoulders, the neck, our jaw, the softening of the eyes and the forehead, and the top of the head, right here, right now. There's nothing to fear. Namaste. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and just remember that you're only ever right here, right now. And this is where you can plan and you can process your past, but hopefully you can do it with kind attention and grounding in this present moment as you do so. Knowing what's possible without fearing what is an imagination of what could be. So as we plan for things that may be coming in the future, knowing that by being attached to a particular outcome is where the suffering begins, and we begin to struggle with that. But simply noticing that and holding it in the here and the now. So I hope that's been helpful today as we begin to think about opening up our lives again in the way that the government intends for us and that we can tiptoe into. So just be mindful. Just know what works for you and how you can work with those fears in the here and the now. Have a great day.